Team. Hope you're really well. Hope you're really well. One of the key elements of deep, strategic, meditative practice is to be able to focus the mind, regardless of what's happening around, and right here it's busy, as you can probably hear. Regardless of what's happening around you, you have the capacity to focus the mind on one point of focus for a continuous period of time. So you're learning to be aware of everything, the field of awareness, and to focus in on one point and stay with that point. And that's the beginning phase of meditative practice. So the mind is no longer wandering or oscillating between one thing and another, or wandering onto the next distraction. You're being able to focus the mind clearly within the field of awareness. So it's not about blinkering, it's not about shutting everything off, which is one of the reasons why I question meditation rooms and shrine rooms and all that kind of thing, because I think they're unhelpful long term. Good for beginners, but unhelpful long term. So you want to focus in and direct that attention of the mind on that one thing continuously for a long period of time. So you're training that capacity in the brain. And if you haven't got that capacity, you can't go deeper in meditation. It's a bit like having your A, B, C. A, B, C. It's a bit like having those three. You have to have your A, your B, and your C to be able to start, the alphabet, to start being able to spell words, C-A-T, C-A-T, K-A-T-A. And then you can read a sentence, the cat sat on the mat. And the initial training of the mind is simply to get that focus in the field of awareness and sustain it. To that end, you have to discipline yourself. There is no mental freedom without discipline. Sad to say, but that discipline there means you're following something deep, the deep calling in yourself, the deep calling in your heart. Do more on discipline another day. But right now we're looking at getting that focus of the mind. And if you do that for 5 minutes, that's magic. If you sit there for an hour faffing around doing an internal thinking practice, that's cool, you're doing a thinking practice. If you're being distracted by every single thing happens, that's fine. If you're returning your attention, noticing and returning is the practice. But ultimately, 5 minutes of pure focus is better than 10 days of faffing, right? Really is. So see if you can cultivate that art of bringing that mind onto one focus whilst resting peacefully in the field of awareness. Open awareness, focus mind. Brilliant. Have a great one.